Well, here we are again for another program at the West Hollywood Silver Spoon. And today we have our usual guests, our Don Sherman on the left, who's the king of comedy of the high seas. And on screen right we have Harry Northup, who is in the cult movie, Hold Up That Movie, Over the Edge. Apparently, I was just informed that this was the greatest teen rebellion movie according to
Vice magazine, which is an internet magazine.
Internet magazine. And
was the audience rebelling against the movie? Is that what it was?
Well, that's a possibility.
No.
But I understand.
It's the first movie of that kid that's a star now.
Matt Dillon.
The ever got top billing, and George Lito produced it.
Now, who was the star that was discovered?
Well, it was, the one who ended up being the star was Matt Dillon. That was Matt Dillon's first picture. He was 14, and after we did it, people would come to his home in New Jersey.
Yeah. They never do that to comics. Singers, but never to comics. Comics, they want to go out and have a cup of coffee. Why is everybody drinking coffee? How did coffee become so, like, whatever you do, okay, you suck this over, let's go have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of coffee, we'll have a cup of coffee. We'll talk it over a cup of coffee.
Well, it's a legal drug, that's why.
I drink 2 cups in the morning. I used to drink
decaf or regular?
No, regular.
Is there a difference between decaf and regular?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I like instant, Nescafe instant.
Caffeine is everything.
Caffeine is the culprit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's man's best friend.
Well, it keeps you.
Well, remember the movie Red River? They're driving the cattle north. They're looking for a train to take their product to market. So all of a sudden 2 men are riding up and one guy comes back and he says, "There's women up ahead, women and coffee." So I'm watching with my wife and she said, "That's all you need to make a civilization, women and coffee."
Right. That's true.
Well, look at Starbucks, women and coffee.
Barristers.
Baristas.
Coffee, but now it's not coffee, it's coffee.
I'll tell you a story.
Yes.
When I first came to
You
town,
asked me if I saw there was a film and you didn't wait for me to say yes or no, you told me about the film.
Okay.
And now what are you asking me for that you don't really want me to answer?
You liked it?
Like the coffee? Is that what you're asking me about?
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Listen to this. One time when I first came to town, I
But
worked
you
at a
don't
restaurant.
really even hear it then. It's like the ching in a telephone, when you bang, the hearing, the measure was not in time interval. You know what you're going to say. What, was it that imperative that it be said at the moment? Is what I'm trying to figure out. This one neurosis you have. You have many of them, but
I listened to you.
This one I love.
The first time I took my son to an AA meeting was on north of Venice. So there's a guy there from Eastern Europe. So he stands up, and it was his birthday, so he thanked the people. And he said, "I learned a lot from you guys." It was all male AA meeting. He says, "I learned a lot from you guys." He says, "I learned how to listen." He said, "When my wife used to talk to me, I would walk away, I wouldn't listen." He said, "But I learned to listen from you guys. Now when my wife talks to me, I stand there and listen to her. I don't pay any attention to her, but I stand there and listen to her."
He's just wondering when she's going to bring him a
He
drink.
thought that was an advancement, right? But he didn't walk away. He sat there and listened.
Yeah, where's my cocktail, honey?
She's just to be tolerated then.
Thank God we have some beautiful women in our lives. Judy, David,
You never
David.
know. I haven't checked home. Don't get overconfident. Always check the service.
You have a 50th wedding
I-
anniversary coming up on the 19th, which I'm looking forward to. And I went and got a gift for you the other day. You
my
gave him.
Don't tell us what it is.
God, is 99 cent store open that late? So it's 24 hours in the day?
Well, I shop in the gourmet section of the 99-cent store.
Oh, yeah, and you got to watch out for that.
How they came up with that idea, 99 cents.
Well, I asked a woman behind the counter one time. I walked out and I says, "Do you dream of 99 cents in the middle of the night?" And she says, "Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll say 99, and my husband will say 100." But in my neighborhood, the Armenian families, Hispanic families, they take the whole family there. It's like a night out. They all get to buy one thing.
That's great. That's great.
Well, that's cheap family entertainment.
Yeah. Don,
Buy something from China.
may I may I please read a poem of mine?
Yeah, sure. You want to read a
I'll
poem?
read a poem of mine.
Okay. Harry Northup is about to read us a
I'll read a
poem.
poem called Green Leaves Dam. The white river snakes down the mountain. Take deep breaths, eat crackers, and drink 7-Up. White tree, white hand reaches upward. White crown in night. Amarillo, San Gabriel, Denver, Mountain Home, Hastings, SOD, Manzanola, SOD, Sydney, SOD, Atwater, Sydney. Door handle turning, car wheels, igloos, turkey huts, sugar beets, wheat and corn, and now white windmills. Western Nebraska winds and American flags. Crown, sunflower in the wind. The women and children stood on their doorsteps and watched the tornado. Everything was quiet. Later that summer were cloudbursts, rain, getting soaked, and then sun and clear sky. Golden arm goes up into night stars. Sun sparks down, wheat and corn grow. Sun like an old windmill, turns slowly, white angel, constant, wings long and upturned in fall. Arrows move upright and up left in long cylinder. Silo, silo, flower at farm center. Blooms, memory. Lights from cars prolong harvest day. I lived 17 places by the time I was 17. The sunflower's constant draw and pull. White wings, long narrow cylinder, awakening blueness. The river snakes down the mountain like a necklace. Yellow flowers in his hand, light at top, darkness, fall, golden circles, white sheets on clothesline, golden petals, white wings, home, road, family, fields, rivers, sweeps up to hold darkness's water.
Very nice.
No, you mentioned sugar beets in there, and did you realize that we could run all of the cars in America on alcohol from sugar beets?
My glad you talked, because that's the magic voice.
Yeah, and you know that
Voice that runs the
He has
show
a
and
marvelous
everything.
voice. Well, driving from my little town in western Nebraska to Denver, we would smell those sugar beets. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Don.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, we would be energy self-sufficient if we had turned to the farmers.
Well, I have a little poem here about you could power all of America with the western Nebraska winds, and some of those winds coming across the plains, they're really powerful. Did you get a lot of winds up there in Canada?
In Victoria, British Columbia, you sure do. Coming off the Pacific. Yeah, down the Juan de Fuca Straits.
Juan de Fuca?
Juan de Fuca Straits,
Is
yes.
that Indian?
Spanish. Juan de Fuca.
Juan de Fuca.
Yeah. Well, one of the early Spanish explorers of that area, if you go up to Seattle, Washington, and Port Angeles, you'll notice that all the Spanish names. Galeano,
The
Gabriolo.
man is amazing. Not only is his voice incredible, he knows everything. Besides being a great artist,
Producer,
composer,
technical, television.
just mention,
Cameraman.
mention anything. Mention some bum from the 30s, and he knows the guy. He knows the bar. He knows the bartender. What were you always curious as a kid? I'm asking the voice.
Absolutely, I was. I read voraciously.
That's it.
Yeah, my grandmother used to live in New York, even though I was a little kid, and she would roll up all the Time magazines and send them to us.
Oh, she.
So, oh yeah. So I would be reading all the latest world news and
How old
U.S.
were you
news.
then?
Like 6, 7 years old. Just learned to read, and I'd grab anything and read it. Also, the New Yorker magazine. So I really was enamored with those cartoons.
Yeah, those cartoons were
Great gag cartoons.
Well, you're an artist. That's why.
Well, you guys did a lot of great work together. You with the cartoons and you with the paragraph underneath. How did you two guys get to know each other? How did you two meet?
His wife directed a show that my wife was doing, and that's how we met.
Yeah, it's the Cult of the Dancers. Got
Was that
together.
last year, the one I saw?
No, well,
Yeah.
it's one you saw. Gosh, they've known each other for 10 years, I would
Yeah.
think. Yeah. But you know, you get two dancers together in a room, look out.
One thing I notice about dancers, they're very esoteric.
Mm-hmm.
They have their home, their, you know, the way they keep their bodies in shape, like your wife, I'm student
Yes.
your wife, the exercise they do throughout time, right? They always stay in good shape. You know?
It's great to be a natural dancer because it's natural for them to stay healthy.
It is.
You know, because if they don't stay healthy, they can't do the things that they do. So my wife is 80 and she's still doing the same exercises when I first met her, which was like over 50 years ago.
Yeah, I can still tap dance,
And she
as I've
can't
seen.
go to bed without exercising.
That's a good thing.
And I can't wake up to exercise, so that's like the difference.
You swim.
Yeah, I like to swim.
Yeah.
Did you ever swim when you were drunk?
I never remember that.
I remember when I was a kid,
I never remember.
we drank beer, we snuck in the swimming pool.
Can you drown if you really get drunk where you don't even...
Well, sure.
No, it must be natural to try to survive.
Yeah.
It's an odd feeling, huh? I haven't been in the ocean for years.
What do you prefer?
Well, you're from the Midwest. It's hard to find any water out there.
No, but I've been in LA since 1968.
Because
Because you're just
Acting.
sought after star.
you wanted a sitcom.
I never wanted a sitcom.
No.
You know, when people say, do you want to do a pilot? I say, I never want to do the pilot. I want to do the attendant.
Yeah.
Television, I found that is fairly for little people. When you think about most stars, you very rarely see a tall star, big star.
Yeah.
The set's so big, it's really like little children playing in a little
Yeah, Dollhouse.
And if you're too big, you knock things over. You know, burly guys. If they use them in comedy, you know, they're very agile. You know,
Personality. A lot of television, the acting, you have to have a strong personality, right?
I don't know. I can't decide who's talented or untalented when it comes to acting.
Your daughter, she's been very successful.
Yeah, but she's a writer, really, writer and a producer,
You're a director too, right?
director too. Wonderful
Quite a
girl,
talented family.
Amy Sherman Palladino. It's amazing how graciously the father has to give up his name.
Yeah.
You know, all the years you raised the child, and you're so proud in school when she says, I'm Amy Sherman, and yes, my dad is Don Sherman, and then all of a sudden she becomes a producer and writer, and it's, oh, Mrs. Palladino, would you come over here, please?
Yep.
And
It's all gone.
relegated to obscurity.
Well, you still have the middle name, Amy Sherman Palladino. Right? My wife's, her writing name is Holly Prado.
That's such a great name.
Her second husband was named Prado.
You have to kiss her all the time because if she is Holly, you kiss under a Holly.
No, that was the mistletoe.
So you got to.
Mistletoe.
What do you mean? I guess this isn't Holly what you kiss. You
No, it's mistletoe.
kiss under the mistletoe?
That's right. Why, I don't
Santa
know.
baby.
Yeah, Santa baby.
But Holly's a plant, isn't Holly a plant?
Yes, it is.
What does it look
A
like?
thorny plant. Waxy leaves, spikes on the end of them, and red berries.
Your paintings are beautiful. I told you this one time that your paintings, at least the nature ones, are romantic realism because they're so perfectly precise. But then there's something, and romantic, I mean like a loving romantic way.
A little emotion in there. But I like that term, romantic realism. I think I'll use that. People ask me to describe what I do. Now I can use a poet's version. Romantic realism. Thank you.
Your paintings are beautiful. You have one of these.
Fantastic. It's just amazing that you see a tree and there's like 1,000 little leaves on it, and you say, how does the guy paint 1,000? But it doesn't. He just makes what looks like a mess.
Yeah, and there you are, 1,000 leaves.
And then when he's finished, he's got 1,000 leaves.
Yeah, it's all about the 1,000 leaves. Well, guys, I guess we're getting to the end of our program.
Really?
Yeah,
It went by like nothing.
always does.
So what's your last word for the day?
For the day is tolerance.
Tolerance. It's a good word.
Tolerance is a good word.
See, here's what I think. I think the Bill of Rights in America is one step beyond religion, because most religions think their religion is the only one, but the Bill of Rights says tolerance. Right? Everybody, tolerance.
Tolerance for everything. Gonna put up with everything. You have no choice. It's here anyway. So.
Any type of supremacy paints itself into a corner.
I think the show's been over for a half hour. And that would be funny. People so used to working, and even though there's no cameras, they feel like the camera's on them.
They're still on. Okay. Well, gentlemen, from the West Hollywood Silver Spoon, we bid everybody adieu and say good day.
Aloha.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen. Bye-bye.